Welcome, New Horizon Racing, to Project Motor Racing. I've had the privilege of getting early access to this game courtesy of Giant Software for being a part of their Giants Partner Program. And first of all, I want to give a big shout out to Giant Software for accepting me into the program and for treating all of us to this wonderful, wonderful gift of being able to get the full game early access. It's so awesome, and it's really exciting for me because this is the first kind of big thing like this for me where something like this has happened. So thank you, Giant Software. Shout out to you guys for doing this. That being said, I've got a bunch of videos we're doing today, and the first video we're doing today is going to be based on the career mode. I want you guys to see what a new career is going to look like, what your first like little moments of the career will look like. We're going to go through it. Now I've taken a little bit of time. I want the mouse to go away. Go away. I don't want you there. There you go. I've taken some time to get a feel for driving and the car and all that jazz. And I will say, if you're on a much more outdated wheel like I am, I'm on the Logitech G920. The force feedback is very light. So you're going to have to do some tweaking to kind of boost it a little bit. I've done the best that I could, but unfortunately, it's still a little light for me, but I'm also kind of scared to go to extreme with the settings because I don't want to screw it up. So we'll see how that goes. So that being said, where's my desktop audio? You guys are hearing absolutely nothing. Why are you hearing nothing? Properties. There you go. That's so weird that got rerouted. Anyways, I'm glad I caught that before I started recording anything, because you guys would be like, there's no sound. It's fine. All right, so when you come into career mode, this is what it looks like. I'm going to take out my camera real quick. You'll have your team name. I'm on the North America. Rolling billboards. So let's take a look at this. These are your sponsorship models. There's different types of models that'll affect the gameplay and how it goes. This is your traditional sponsorship arrangement. You paid a flat amount per race. That amount is based on the prestige of your car, of the car you're racing. Performance doesn't matter. You're a rolling billboard and nothing more. This is safest sponsorship models for racers looking for a predictable influx of cash. So if you don't know about this career mode, this is like a survival type career mode where you really have to manage your money. You have to manage your repairs, your races. You don't just get to do this stuff for free. You have to pay to get into races and all that jazz. So you really want to manage your budget. So there's actually several different sponsorship models that you can go for. There's the competitive. You're paid a slightly higher flat fee per race that's derived from the prestige of the car you're racing, but there's a catch. You're only paid if you finish on podium. So only top 3 finishes. That's it. That's the only way you get paid. This option is best for consistent drivers who anticipate great results in the upcoming season, desire a predictable payout to balance the books. Ambassador is for respectful drivers. You're paid a flat fee per race regardless of where you finish. So as long as you bring the car home with no damage. It's for drivers who exhibited a great deal of sportsmanship and expect a few troubles out in the track. The event fees are covered. The brand agrees to pay your championship fee at the start of the season as well as your race entry fee to compensate for them paying your entry fees. The brand takes a pretty major cut of your championship winnings at the conclusion of the season. Who want to punch above their weight and enter a championship they can't quite afford yet. In the event you win the race, there's the winner one, the sponsorship. Ideal for ambitious drivers who winning is habitual. Champion. This is for people who win championships. And then the aggressor, the brand covers the full amount of damage to repair expenses, but you agree to provide some sort of ROI by handing them a portion of the race winnings. Safety net for drivers who are aware of their aggression tendencies or entering a class with an elbows out brand of racing. If you qualify both pole and set the fast lapper, the matches the pay. So you guys get the idea that there's several different ways that you can go about how you want to do your sponsorship model. I'm going to go with rolling billboard. It seems like it's the safest, like it says. And so because I'm still kind of unfamiliar with how the career works, that's where I'm going to start. I don't know if you can switch the sponsorship model after a season yet, but if you can, cool. If not, I'll just start a new career and try to challenge myself with something else, because why not? So the starting budget this is for where you guys are going to buy. Like, you have a budget for your car, right? For how much you can spend on the car, for events, all that jazz. If you want to start from the absolute bottom, this is it, the $100,000. You got to work your way through each class of cars if you're a true journeyman driver. So this is for those of you who are looking for a challenge. And then if you want to just start on that like 2 mil, because you want to just hop straight into like a hypercar and just start racing, you can do that too. You can start right here at 2 mil, boom, you're good to go. I think I'm going to start at the 650,000 to have immediate access to a game wide variety of GT. Oh, wait, no. You know what? We're going to go the journeyman. I'm going to make this hard on myself because why not? Now, for the career experience, authentic is where you're from what I'm understanding based on the AI difficulty, this is where your AI is going to be at max difficulty. You are going to be challenged in every single race. But because your boy is still getting used to how this game handles and just sim racing in general, I'm going to go for classic. And I did do a practice and a qualifying at Daytona in a GT3 car. I didn't do terrible, but I was also on difficulty 40 AI, and that was still a little challenging for me. So I'm going to start at 30. We'll start at 30. It should provide at least a decent challenge. And once I get confident enough to know that I can start beating these guys, I'll probably ramp this up. And then the race length, because I'm a masochist. Okay, you can go up to 4 times. Let's do, let's do 2 times the race length, because why not? You know? And with that, we're good to start. So let's see where we're going. So that being said, I can't afford this. This is the GT3 cars. So let's see, what do we got here? These are the Porsche trophy cars, and then you have the Mazda MX-5 Cup cars. Now these are the most affordable cars within the $100,000 budget range. I've actually never raced in a Porsche Carrera Cup cars, and based off of videos that I saw from like Overtake GG and some other reviews on how these cars handle, these cars apparently handle very well, and they feel great to drive, and they're a lot of fun. So that being said, I think I want to start off with these Porsche Cup cars. There's a lot of livery options, as you guys can see. You can scroll through them over here on the top right. I'm always a sucker for some blue. I love me some blue and some paint job. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pick the Porsche Carrera Cup car. So the next event, this is the event calendar. I gotta take myself out again. This is where you can pick your events. This is where you'll see your standings and championships. This is your garage where you can view the cars that you currently own. This is where you can manage your team. Let's take a look at this really quickly. Okay, so I think if you go to manage team, you can actually manage your sponsorship model, and you can change career settings too. Okay, that's good to know. All right, so here, this is where you guys will select the region that you want to do your career mode races. We have the North America, we have Germany, and we have the United Kingdom. Of course, because I want to stick to authenticity, and because I'm currently living in North America, we're going to start with the North American Challenge. So we're going to register here. We're going to have 5 total events. Our first event is going to be at Daytona on their road course. 24 laps. Let's get into it. Okay, so one of the really cool things that you guys can actually do as you are here in the pits is the timer will count down, so keep that in mind as you're making adjustments, but you can actually adjust your cockpit setup right here. You can go directly to the car, you can adjust things. There's a lot of really cool things that you can do. You can move bits of the HUD to where you want them. Don't click next, click drive. But you can also go to your vehicle setup, and when you go to essentials, after you complete a couple laps, it'll show you things that you may want to like take a look at or take into consideration as you're going through your setups for your cars and stuff like that. But I'm not going to bore you guys with too much of that because I also don't really know much about it. So we're going to hop right into the car and we're going to get started. Now, one thing I will say, from driving the GT3 cars is you can definitely feel when the car kicks out on you in the rear.
Clear the pits.
You also really want to be careful on these pit roads, because I am not the best at driving in the pits. Yeah. And so you can see I've got my tire display over there. I've got everything I need. Oh boy. Okay. I think it's also worth noting I'm not a professional sim racer. So, don't expect any pro level skills while I'm out here. Ooh. Obviously, these cars don't have ABS or traction control, I'm pretty sure. If you see down there in the bottom left-hand screen, you can see the indicator lights for when you need to upshift. You see RPMs. You definitely have to warm up your tires. You can't just go full out. The game sounds great. It still sounds fantastic audio-wise. It doesn't look too terrible either. I can't say that I have any complaints with the current graphics that I'm looking at right now. Honestly, my only complaint right now is that I wish I had better gear, so I could actually feel more of the cars. Now, it's worth noting too that because I just noticed this as well, your cockpit views will have to be adjusted every car, because this is not the same view that I had when I was in the BMW. I couldn't even see the wheel. So, just bear in mind, you may have to make some adjustments because they won't look the same everywhere. Okay, so now we're here at the qualifying. We're gonna do our qualifier. So far, my laptop's looking good in the practice. I had top of the field, so I'm gonna get my qualifier in, and then I will see you guys on the starting grid as usual. And of course, if you guys are enjoying the content so far, please, it would mean the world to me if you guys would give a like and a subscription to this channel. I'm trying to make a name for myself, the sim racing world, just because I love it so much. It is so fun to me, and I want to improve over time and create a community around it and show that even if you're not the best sim racer, you can still have fun and not feel intimidated by the skill gap that can be apparent. Hey, this is not where I moved my mirror, sir. I moved my mirror over to the middle. That's rude. All right, and with that being said, we've qualified pole position for this race, and now we can move on to the actual race. So before we get into this race, one more thing I do have to say is if you guys are watching this video and so far you are interested in purchasing Project Motor Racing for yourself, because I'm a partner, I actually have a link down below. Now, unfortunately, the link does not provide a discount, which also disheartened me, so don't feel bad. I've kind of felt bad that that wasn't a thing. But if you use my link to purchase your copy of this game, it actually helps me out tremendously. It actually helps move me up through ranks in the partnership program and gets access to probably some other exclusive things, but in return it also gives me the ability to kind of give back to you guys too, with probably more opportunities to either provide different types of content or other types of things. So if you're interested in buying the game, click the link down below in the description to go to use my link. I'm really bad at talking. I'm still waking up kind of, and I'm trying to wake up, but yeah, we're gonna have a real good time. And if I think of things to say during the race, I'm gonna say them, because yeah. But overall, I do have to say, with these cars specifically, these feel great to drive. The more I'm in this Porsche, the more I really like how it feels. It feels very manageable. It doesn't feel crazy. If I start to lose the car, it's actually pretty easy to save the car. Hello? Whoa, did I miss something? Hold on. Oh, you gotta watch the little guy for the flag. Damn, these guys took off quick. Alright. Now the real test is going to be how the AI handles in an actual race. So let's see how they feel. Contact. Gonna have to pay for that. For sure. Trying to get around this guy. Come on now. I don't know if there's a radar either. Oh, but he gave up that position real quick once I got around him. I'll have to double check and see if there's a radar, but I looked through some of the settings and I didn't see a proximity radar. Now, one thing I will say about the AI is I don't know if the AI knows when you're beside them. Like, there's a couple times where I pulled up beside one of the AI during, like, practice and quali, and I tried to get around them going down a straight or a corner, and they didn't seem to know that I was beside them, so they just kept pushing towards the edge of the track. That could just be me misreading the situation. But something to consider. I think it's safe to say that after this race, I can crank the difficulty a little bit. But also, I'm probably going to lower the race length, because I didn't think about the fact that I'm in slower cars. And 24 laps is a lot in a slower car. Now, there is fuel wear, so we're going to see what my fuel's looking like in a few laps here. I probably should have created a pit strategy, and I didn't do that. So I'm probably going to get sent out onto this track with like a full tank of gas, which is probably not helpful in the long run. But we'll see. I'm also running on PC. And so if you guys see anything that you don't like graphically about PC, also take into account my PC is not the best. I don't have top-end gear. I'm running like a 3060, a 7th gen AMD processor, and like 32 gigs of RAM. So, and I still don't actually understand graphical settings. I've been playing on PC for years, and I still don't really understand what certain settings do and how to get the most out of your PC when it comes to gaming and stuff like that. So, sorry. But also, another thing too, I actually really would love to know what you guys want to see in terms of content for this game. I wouldn't mind doing more career playthrough, like a career progression where we move through the ranks and try out all the different divisions, if that's something you're all interested in seeing. I definitely want to do my own like little endurance races. I've got buddies that are picking this game up that I want to do endurance races with, custom lobbies. And of course, I also want to try to collab with some of the folks in the partner program as well. So there's a lot to consider, but the most helpful thing is to get feedback from y'all. Ooh, come on, baby. So I know what you all want to see. I got 16 seconds on the dude behind me. Yeah, I gotta crank the difficulty. But also, I wonder if it's anything like Project Cars 2, where, you know, you could have the AI on a certain difficulty, and on one track they'd be kind of like low difficulty, but then you keep them on that same difficulty, and then on the next track, they're like way more skilled. So that is something to experiment with. I may have to experiment with that at least once for one track or one more race, and then go from there. But I am gonna drop the race lane for sure, back to 1x, at least until I get into the faster cars. I do love the detail inside these cars, like the dashboards, the readouts. Oh my god. Yeah, once these tires are warmed up, I can slam this thing out of the corners. Yeah, it feels great. So good. I think I actually really like these cars. I may actually focus on this car class in multiplayer. But granted, I've only tried one car class, so you know. Who knows? Oh yeah, speaking of, I will be doing a multiplayer video next. Directly after this video, I'm going to eat like a quick little meal, and I'm going to start recording some multiplayer gameplay for y'all. These should be up by the end of the day. I'm going to try to get these videos uploaded to the channel before the day is over, because I want y'all to have stuff to watch. If I don't, shame on me. But I'm trying. Also, I will say though, I do have my PC on the ultra settings right now for this game, and it's not doing too terribly. I don't know how it'll fare when I try to stream to 2 different outlets at once, because I'm going to multi-stream to Twitch and YouTube.
Leading comfortably. Second place car is gaining ground to keep it up.
Yeah, I'm walking. I think that's what it is. I'm walking. But also, I hate the fucking, I hate the G920 pedal. It's awful. What is it? I think I saw Thrustmasters having like early Black Friday deals, and they had a really nice wheel and pedal set on sale for like 200 something, and it's usually about like, I want to say 380. But Steph and I are in the process of moving to our new place, and you know, moving is a pain in the butt, so we have to pay 2 different rents still. So that gets expensive. Ah, okay. Oh, you can adjust the brake bias and stuff through this little menu right here. Ooh, you can do a, Ooh, I like that. I didn't even think to mess with that. If you guys see in the bottom right corner over here, you can actually control, like, you can scroll through your settings and stuff like that, so I can set what kind of, or how much gas I want. On the pit stop, there we go. Let's give ourselves like 12 gallons of fuel. We won't repair any damage because we don't have any damage really to begin with. I can look at my tire temps there. I can see who's ahead and behind. I didn't even think to try to scroll through all this stuff. That's a really heavy brake bias towards the front. Somebody in the comments is gonna yell at me about the drivetrain of this car, which I actually don't know. I want to say it's a rear-wheel drive, right? Because the, or no, I know Porsches are rear engines, if I'm correct. So all the weight is in the back, which means you want more weight in the front for braking, more force in the front for braking, right? To kind of balance that out. Is that how that is? Am I putting the pieces of the puzzle together? Yeah, I don't know why the mirror didn't move to the middle. I planted it in the middle. Everything else moved that I moved, not the mirror. Oh, okay. And if you guys look too, at the bottom of the left screen, right by my speedometer, you can actually start to see where the tire degradation is taking place on the tire models. That's fucked up. Oh man. My crew chief in the game just called the dude in front of me who's a backmarker useless in practice. That's really funny. I like that they gave the AI crew chief voices some weight. That's really funny. Calling somebody useless is diabolical. So from this point on in the video, I'm pretty much just kind of like doing the rest of the race. It's not too exciting given the fact that the AI is obviously very, very easy. Now, something I did manage to find out after the race, and you guys will see it if you stick around to the end, is that once you've locked in your AI difficulty for the season that you're racing, and they are locked in. So take that with a grain of salt. Use that to plan how you want to do things. It's going to be a long 4 more races for me in this, which is fine. I'm having a lot of fun in this car, and I definitely think I'm going to do the other 2 tours with this car too, just because I actually really like the way that this car feels. But bearing in mind, I am going to be doing some skipping through the rest of this race as I have been, just because there's really nothing more exciting that happens on this race that I made way too easy for myself. And that needs to reflect personally on my own difficulty choices and not on anything that the game has done. So let's go ahead and we'll skip ahead to the next section. Okay, because we're on lap 14, and I'm pretty sure I could, in theory, make it through the rest of this race without tires or fuel, I'm still going to pit. And the reason I'm going to pit is because I want to see what pit stops look like in-game, what kind of animations we get with it. So that's our next goal, next test.
Remember the limiter. Holding your lead well. The car in second isn't gaining on you.
Alright, there's our indicator. Nice. Did I go too far? There we go. Okay. Yep. Alright, there's our fuel. I don't think that's where fuel goes. Is that where fuel goes? Oh, okay, I'm good to go.
Clear of the pits.
Huh. Okay. Because there might be things that I'm just not seeing here in terms of indicators for that kind of stuff. But they also didn't change my tires. But honestly, that's not really a big complaint for me. As long as the gameplay is fun, I'm fine with it. I will put in the partner Discord about the mirror thing, although I'm sure somebody else may bring that up as well. Because I'm wondering if the thing that I moved over to the right is like the flag indicator and stuff like that, and with the mirror blocking that, I can't see it. So
You're catching a back marker, just be careful.
I wonder if it's because it's on auto compound tire or tire compound. Maybe it doesn't think that I need to change my tires. It's like, nah, you're good. Also, I think I started to notice my windshield getting a little dirty. I don't know if it was like that when the race first started, so I wasn't really paying attention that much. But if it is, that's a nice little detail. I like that. Realism. Yeah, this feels like a very friendly, like, sim, you know? I definitely, like, it absolutely gives me Project Cars 2 vibes. And obviously because, you know, it's made by the same person who did Project Cars 2, Ian Bell, with his studio team and all that jazz. But this feels very, like, it's not like Le Mans Ultimate. And again, I can only speak on this right now because I'm just in this one classic car. There are several different divisions. More divisions than there are in Le Mans Ultimate. But, you know, the cars feel a lot more forgiving and stable. Because, you know, Le Mans Ultimate, when you spin, it's really hard to save a spin. If you get loose in the rear, it's hard to save it. You gotta be real delicate with the cars on the throttle. But like with this one, I feel like somebody could come into this as a beginner with not having a lot of racing sim experience. Like this could be their first sim ever. And they could really start to get a grasp on things comfortably without getting too frustrated, I feel. And I like that. That's good. Alright, now we're about to have just a little action right near the end of the race. Coming up on some back markers.
Watch out for this back marker up ahead.
Just gotta try to safely navigate through them. We'll be alright.
Back marker ahead.
Damage for this car. Oh, yeah, kicking dirt and shit up at me. Oh, damn it. Ooh. That's my bad. That's gonna come out of my winnings.
Back marker ahead.
I do wish I had a proximity radar though. Ooh, you can see the damage in the front of my car too. You can see that my hood's kind of fucked up now. As we're moving into the final lap of this specific race, I hope you guys have enjoyed the content on this so far. The career mode seems to be pretty fun. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun spending some time
Final lap, white flag is out.
in the
Bring it
career,
home.
challenging myself, finding different ways to keep it interesting. Oh no!
Race officials called a track limit violation.
Jesus. I got a 4-second track limit violation on that. Or at least another penalties. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have some fun.
Useless in practice. Don't take any risks.
Playing this and spending some time in it and seeing how challenging I can make this and what comes of it. I definitely feel like I'm gonna want to try all the car classes and divisions just because. And why not? But so far, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I think the AI. Still feels a little bland, but we'll give it time because that's something that can be updated in the future and improved upon over time. So I'm not sweating it too much.
Got a back marker ahead. Try not to get tangled up.
But now we get to see what happens when we win a race and how the payout system works. All that jazz. So this will be fun. It's a good thing I got a 2-minute lead. That 4-second penalty won't affect me much. Okay. Why is everybody from Germany?
Congratulations on the win. That was an amazing drive.
Interesting. Okay. I earned $27,000. Nice. How much of that went to repairs? Okay. Garage. All right, now we're going to take a look at our garage. I'm assuming we're going to have to go into this repair. Okay, so about $3,000 of that is going to have to go to repairs for the car. Okay. Appearance. We can change the... We can change the liveries if we wanted. Okay. And then you can get in the cockpit of it in the garage. That's pretty cool. So, yeah. All right. That is the beginning of my career mode here in Project Motor Racing. Like I said, again, a big, huge shout out to Giant Software and the devs over at Straight 4 for letting me be a part of the partner program and for giving us all early access to the full build of this game. It's super, super fun. I'm really excited to see what else this game has in store for me today and where the game goes down the line. It's going to be pretty freaking awesome, I think. I think it's going to be really, really good. I'm happy with it so far, and I hope it stays that way. I really, really do. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Remember, if you want to purchase this game for yourself after watching this video or my next video on multiplayer, my affiliate link is down below in the description. Please use that link. It helps me out a lot, and in return, it can give me opportunities to help you guys back out too. You guys can catch me streaming this game probably more often than most other Sims now live over on twitch.tv/KillTheHorizon. I try to stream 2 to 3 days a week, depending on how much free time I've got. I also have a variety channel and a horror channel that I upload content to, and you can also find all my socials down below in the description. Other than that, I love you all. You're beautiful. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Project Motor Racing, because there's going to be more.